Hypercola by Pacers Nation 16, a creepypasta. I prefer not to speak about the days I work for Coca-Cola. However, I feel it is my duty to reveal the 6 secrets of this wicked corporation. They're willing to torment people, use them as puppets, torture them, and even take their lives, just to ensure their business stay on top. Not too many years ago, I would say around 2009, I was getting acclaim for the diligence and impressive skill I display. The manager of our Coca-Cola sector promoted me to oversee the newest project they were testing. It was called Hypercola. Energy drinks were rising in popularity, and Coca-Cola had no product to compete in this field. Hypercola was planned to alter just that. Had little knowledge on the ingredients with Hypercola, since I was mainly dealing with marketing for the product. I knew the goal, however, was to create energy drink that was highly addictive. After briefing with the team developing the beverage, we arrived at the conclusion that the only further fan needed was fan-based opinion. We wanted to gather a wide variety of people to test the drink. So people from juvenile to elder, lean to plump, and even liked it arrived. We called on the beta testers of our product. As they sipped the soda, all were rather pleased. Following the taste test, we placed all but my estimation 15 of them into a room. This room was entirely recreational. It possessed 2 basketball hoops, had slides streaming and twirling on the walls, and even offered several frisbees to toss. The area was quite vast and offered plenty of room for exercise. We all peered through the window in interest to see how active Hypercola caused them to be. We saw the elder people speed walk and stand taller, even more active. The juvenile and younger people performed highly energetic activities. Actually, one of the shorter beta testers stood in the corner, staring at the wall. It looked rather peculiar, but it appeared the drink had made every other person display much more enthusiasm. There was an older couple jogging, 2 younger brother and sisters tossing the frisbee, and even 2 middle-aged friends competing against each other in a game of one-on-one. But now there stood 2 people fixated on a corner, backs to us. The second person that accompanied the original was much older, looking to be in their 60s at least. Both of the figures were rather short, and they stood looking lifeless and hunched over. We wondered if they had been exhausted by the drink, or if they decided to take a break. We weren't sure, but it gave me that unsettling feeling, and I could tell something was off. We decided to send an employee in to check on the 2 that stood in the corner. As he trekked through the open room, people looked to be getting more and more exhausted. In fact, on his voyage to the 2 standing in the corner, I noticed at least 3 more joined him. It looked as if this activity was slowly growing into the majority. Once our employee reached the group of beta testers, we all kept our eyes fixated on the area. He slowly shifted his arm to the air. As he gazed directly to the back of a juvenile girl, he lightly tapped her shoulder, resting only his index finger on her. He spoke, asking, "Ma'am, are you okay?" The girl turned. Her appearance was revolting. She stood there, staring directly to the employee, gazing her blood-red eyes inconceivably at him. She licked her pale white skin with an alternate grin. Her lips stretched to neither side of her face. Her eyelids widened, and her pupils soon curved past the borders of her eyes. Pupils dilated, lips flaking, and skin empty of color. She spoke. "Help." Her message was delivered with an uneasy tone as she trembled. It was all she could manage to say before collapsing to the floor. More of the people piled in quickly. The entire group lay staring at the corner of this room. All the employees quickly brought the patients to quarantine rooms. Once in a separate rooms, these patients only seemed to look nearer and nearer to death. Their skin looked lifeless and coloration, and many of them were profusely vomiting this fakely vicious neon yellow looking substance. They even began to say insane things and acted with rather unpredictable behavior. One of the patients began to violently scratch at the walls and express little signs of stopping. He was intent in what he did, and he looked fearful for his life, as if he was begging for every last breath of his life to be released. His peeling lips opened wide, revealing his deteriorating teeth as he shrieked, "Help! Help!" He continued digging into the walls to the point where his nail snapped, and his flesh began to tear. We had workers run in and strap the patients up. However, by the time this happened, his fingers already exposed the bone on his hands. His skin peeled back from his tips, and his hands were drenched in blood. He was determined to do whatever it was he was trying. Look at many of the patients; they seem to slowly be going insane. They all rummage through their rooms, dosed in sweat. After a day or two, our medical staff conducted tests on these patients. After a routine analysis, they confirmed an unknown substance from the drink was causing the patient's brains to rot, indicate at a considerable rate. However, the only thing keeping them alive was the major amount of hyperactive chemicals within the beverage. Doctors confirmed that they would be able to solve this issue. However, the drink's effects would forever stay latent in their system. Quickly, the scientists at our company conducted several tests on the beverage, attempting to discover what it was that caused the horrible reaction. Unfortunately, there was no explanation, no evidence anywhere. The company swiftly released the patients who faced the effects of the drink. However, none of them had any memory of the incident. The entire business stood in shock the next week. All of us were told to never tell a word of it to anybody. However, unlike the rest of the company, I recently followed the lives of those patients. I researched them and discovered something disheartening. All of them were reported dead after leaving the building. Not a single one was living. That was bad enough. But the disturbing news was they all died on the exact same day. The day matched the expiration date on the original Coca-Cola bottles. This fact was unnerving to me. The drink was obviously quickly thrown under the rug for its high danger. The company, of course, needed to protect itself, and because of its fame and size had little trouble in doing so. Coca-Cola quickly deleted all traces of Hypercola anywhere. Seconds of its arrival were disregarded, and articles of it on the internet have been forced to be taken down. Also, as I've stated before, everyone within the industry has refused to speak about it. Everyone that is but me. I wouldn't be surprised at all if this article was taken down. After all, Coca-Cola has done an excellent job of masking this outburst from the public. So that was Hypercola, a creepypasta story. My final thoughts: it's pretty much a really well done type of story, Since, but the only thing that's a little too flawed is it felt a little too similar to the other creepypasta story that's more popular, which is the Russian sleep experiment, which I think I have a feeling that should have made a better type of movie than Slender Man, since I think it has more story to tell than Slender Man. Slender Man is just more of just an urban legend type of thing, while the Russian sleep experiment just felt like a story, a very dark story. And I just felt like Apricola more of a little ripoff of the Russian sleep experiment. But but it just have a pretty creepy part, the whole that people actually died on the same day as the Hypercola bottle has been expired, and there's just the whole I believe the whole crazy scene where the patients is just almost close to death's door, and they hit you from it's just pretty crazy, So yeah, Hypercola is a pretty good creepypasta. Even this kind of little felt like a ripoff to the Russian sleep experiment, but with Coca-Cola involved. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a really great day. Oh, and tomorrow's gonna be a trip for the Child's Play remake, and I'm just really excited about it because I'm gonna do the reaction to it tomorrow. So yeah, hope you excited about it. So bye.